Lecrae just took a major L, and all it took was a simple head nod. It all started with a sit-down chat between the Christian rapper, Pastor Louie Giglio, and Chick-fil-A CEO Dan Cathy. In what's been touted as an honest conversation about race and the church, Giglio attempted to rebrand white privilege as white blessing to make it more palatable to white people.
A lot of people call this white privilege, and when you say those two words, it just is like a fuse goes off for a lot of white people because they don't want somebody telling them to check their privilege. And so I know that you and I both have struggled in these days with, hey, if the phrase is the trip up, let's get over the phrase and let's get down to the heart.
Sure.
Let's get down to what then do you want to call it? And I think maybe a great thing for me is to call it white blessing.
Now, of course, white blessing is trending on Twitter, with folks accurately pointing out the absurdity in the pastor's statement. But it wasn't just the illogical ridiculousness of the phrase that had people in an uproar. It was Lecrae's agreement and later his complete adherence to the phrase that had folks up in arms. However, in Lecrae's defense, the entire hour-long conversation didn't just focus on white blessing. The Grammy winner also opened up about his own experience being profiled and chastised by police, starting from a very young age.
I don't need the media to tell me that this is a problem because it's a reality that I live. The first time a gun was pulled on me by a police officer, I was 13 years old, and I was unarmed. I was pushed on the ground. I had a knee in my back, but this was just my reality at 14 years old. Because I was caught skipping school, I was put on a gang list. I didn't know what was going on. My mother had to go up to the police station and explain to them, just because he's skipping school does not mean he's out participating in gang activity. It left me wondering what in the world is going on. Why is this, what's going on here?
The discussion was meant to bring light to the systemic racism that oppresses people of color and how the church can be allies in the fight against injustices. And Lecrae squarely put the onus of learning and being educated about Black experiences on white people.
I also think for my white brothers and sisters to put themselves in positions where they have to learn from their Black brothers and sisters, where they have to find people in leadership that they have to say, this is the voice that I've got to listen to because I don't know. And I've got to be okay with saying, I don't know.
Do you think Lecrae should have gone harder over white blessing, or do you feel like he handled it well? Let us know in the comment section below. For HipHollywood.com, I'm Vanessa Barnett.